going on, y'all, man? Another Squad Talks with the Superstar, Stan Banks, man. Episode 26, we moving on, man. I'm going to just jump into it, Stan. So, it's a lot of issues with copyright infringement and all this different stuff, man. And you had the book, Still Like an Artist. Like, can you talk about that concept?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I'm no stranger to copyright infringement and people stealing designs from both angles, right? Early on, I did some things that I thought weren't even copyrighted. So what I mean by that is I had a design that people wanted from me. Somebody actually asked me to make a custom shirt. It looked to be a throwback design, like something super old. And then, I got it, I'm selling, I'm moving a lot of them. And I got hit with a letter, for something.
Mm-hmm. And what was that, a cease and desist letter or something?
Hit with a cease and desist. And I was arrogant about it too. Like, bro, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. I looked at it like, man, I got it from here, blah, blah, blah. And then I got a follow-up letter saying, hey, if you don't do X, Y, and Z by this time, I was like, man, I'm just going to sell whatever else I got left. Mm-hmm. And y'all should have made this joint out in more colors if this y'all thing, because everybody wanted, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually I stopped selling the design. Once I seen that it was serious, I had hit a couple folks up to see, like, what's going on with this, X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. So, I'm not a stranger to it. So, earlier on, when I was, on my t-shirt journey a little bit, my graphic design journey, I don't think I was really into t-shirts too much. I was teaching myself graphic design. I used to hang out in like Barnes and Nobles and Borders and stuff like that to just read books and get some information out of them every day. I never bought books because I really didn't finish reading them. I just would like get some tips or something out of them. Mm-hmm. So I was hanging around in an aisle one time and I just seen this black and white book that stood out to me. And I looked at it, and this was like the first book that I ever read from front to back. And it's not even like a thick book or anything like that. I had to be, how was I? I was doing photography at the time. So this might have been 2009-ish.
How old are you now?
Oh, man, I'm only 32.
Oh, yeah, I thought you was a youngster.
Yeah, I'm only 32, man. So this was, 2010-ish, so I was probably about 20-ish or something like that. And basically reading the book, man, I've read it, and the concept is to collect as much information as you can, and then take it and use all of that to create something original. Right, and the theory is that Kobe didn't become Kobe just because by chance. Right. Kobe became Kobe by trying to be like Mike, and then as he started to try to do his fadeaway, and you see those videos of Mike and Jordan where it's Jordan starting to dribble and making a move, and then Kobe picks up like almost seamlessly. Yeah. But you figure out that you can't move your body quite the way that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, right. I can't make that move the way Jordan did because whatever reasons, you know what I'm saying? It might be an injury just by natural body movements or whatever the case is. And that's the theory. So the whole concept is to, see a lot of designs, inspiration, and then pull from that. So one of the things that I kind of tell people to do, and like even when somebody comes to me for a logo design or designs, like, man, just find something that you like so I can hit home better or get your concept easier, right? But what I always am clear to say is that, hey, it doesn't even like I could pull from a baby logo and make it streetwear t-shirt design. You know what I'm saying? So just find something that you like so that we can hit home.
So with that, can you kind of elaborate on what a person would have to do? Because like for instance, like with this copyright infringement stuff, it's always the sports, it's always the Mickeys and all this mainstream stuff. I know like you can do logo flips. I actually have some logo
Do a
flips I
lot, man.
did
I just did
myself.
5 of them today.
Oh yeah. So I did see you back designing, huh?
Man, yeah, they got me a little bit.
Yeah.
Mainly because I couldn't find mainly my own stuff and people close to me.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I couldn't find nobody to do my t-shirt board graphics the way that I wanted them to. And
Uh-huh.
I actually paid a few people to do some stuff for me. And it wasn't coming out quite, what I even thought those people were capable of. I didn't think it was like, I wanted somebody to give me a full branded package. It looks seamless and across the board that I can then take and
Right.
use. So I just had to get out and do some stuff myself. So when it comes to like the big stuff, man, I'm not the guy that's gonna act like I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't
Right.
print Nike on 15 Aeropostale shorts for some little girl's birthday party or something like that. But if I didn't tell you that right now, you would never
Right.
know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So what I tell people is you control your portfolio. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
And then
Period.
there's people who come out and say, well, I see copyrighted stuff on Amazon or Etsy or these places
Yeah.
all the time. Hey, I mean, you walk that fine line. You just got to know what comes with it. All right. So,
Period.
me personally, I'm at the point where I stay away from it. Even if somebody walked into the store, I'll be like, man, we can do something different. You know what I'm saying? Or, what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So what I like to say is, man, you control your portfolio. You don't got to post it. You don't got to share it as if, you know what I'm saying, certain things. And you just got to be careful who you do it for. I seen a story with, I think Brando covered it. I think Reyes
Yeah.
might have covered the guy who went to go deliver to some stranger and got caught
Yeah.
up in the
Yeah.
process. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
make sure that you know and who you're dealing with. But at the end of the day, I really can't act like, I'm not the guy who didn't do that when I started out. You know what I'm saying? If I got 16 shorts and grade charge you, what they was like, they wanted glitter white on some turquoise shorts just so they could all have it on for their party. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And man, that was one sheet of glitter vinyl for all of them, and I charged them like
Yeah.
$10 a piece. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's the quickest, easiest $150 in profit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That I made. You know what I mean? So just you just got to be careful, honestly, man. And when you have the option to do something different, always do something different. Because at the
Period.
end of the day, like even let's just say, somebody texts you a design off of Etsy, right? And you could be toying the line of copyright infringement, right? Like
Yeah.
you copy it verbatim, but I'm gonna take that as inspiration. I know what they want, and I'm gonna go put something together that I can keep and show and have, be different if you have the capabilities of doing so. And it's not as complex as people may think.
So, is there like a rule of thumb for if like a rule of thumb for not being on that line? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's the rule of thumb is the big stuff that's copyrighted.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like
Right.
you know the big stuff that's copyright, and even myself, like the brand God is dope out of Atlanta.
Right.
Uh, I see people make that, or I see people make,
Everywhere.
yeah, I see people make that stuff. And me personally, bro, I just DM like, come on, bro, you don't have to throw that like, you don't have to throw that on your page. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling you not to make it, but I will DM somebody personally, and I've done it on multiple occasions and saying, hey, that's first off, it's copyright, but
Right.
I know that designer, I know this person, blah blah blah,
Right.
and I try to get away from it. But it's the things in between when somebody texts you a picture and say, I want this, and you have no idea if it's copyright. So first and foremost, I'm no lawyer, right? But what's explained to me is that first off, they gotta prove that it's copyright. That's where the cease and
Right.
desist comes in. What you do after you receive a cease and desist is up to you. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that is their proof that you now know that this is copy. We ain't talking about Mickey Mouse and Batman logos. We talking about, hey, this is copywritten. This logo I
Right.
got on right now for Deco Press is copywritten. They
Right.
first have to prove that you knew that was copywritten, and that's where the cease and desist. If you stop on upon receipt of that, you're fine. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was explained to me. when I did that one design before. Had no way of knowing that it was copyrighted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Actually, I did my due diligence because it was a big seller to try to go steal the copyright, because the person who copyrighted the work or the phrase wasn't the original copywriter of the phrase. So somebody had let it lapse. Then they went to go pick it up. So I found a person that had let it lapse and tried to be like, yo, renew it, I'll buy it from you. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't work out in my favor, but there's things that you can do to figure that out. So once you receive that cease and desist, that's when you must stop. Pretty much, that's their proof that that is copywritten or trademarked or whatever the case is. And now that is your buffer from taking legal actions.
So you see this question, will adding the paint drip to say a swoosh put you in the clear?
So again, no lawyer, but even with like a logo flip, I think it's like, is it 40% or 60% must be changed? It's some percentage that must be changed of the logo. But then and still, if it's a recognizable trademark across the board, you still walk in a line. Like, you must be proven that it's not inspired by, like, they can easily say that was inspired by our design. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It has to be some clear-cut difference. So I would say, yeah, I would stay away from stuff like that. Like, the point of printing a swoosh is like, what are you gaining from that outside of the money that you're making, bro? If you drop that, if you drop the drip on there, like, people still know it's Nike. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know that it's Nike, and you're the 25 or 15 bucks that you're gonna gain from doing it. If that's what you want to do, then the risk right off the bat, because everybody in the world knows Nike. I don't care what country you in. You know what I'm saying? You could be in a remote desert island and, a Nike shooting wash up on shore. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over exaggerating, but you get where I'm going with it. So I would just stay away from it. Again, you control your portfolio. If your best friend asks you to print a Nike swoosh with some drip on it on something, you print it. Okay, your friend know, and if your friend's your friend, then you got a whole nother set of problems in itself. But you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I handle that.
Period. So you said a phrase, man. Like, I got some, like, my design 2020 made it hard to breathe. Somebody stole it, same font, same everything, same colors, but they changed the word. Like, in that type of situation, I understand, like, that's harder because it's just words, right? But I mean, I guess that one, I don't even need to answer that question, because I guess that just comes down to integrity.
I think you right on board. I think I had somebody stole Trash Talk multiple times, right? Yeah, even like another one recently where we created the flip. Instead of our thing Trash Talk Tees, we did Talk Trash, flip the logo, put it, you know what I'm saying? I just want to talk trash and party. And next thing you know, they're making that out of glitter or whatever the case is. Wow. And if you build a strong enough brand and community around whatever it is that you're doing, your folks will take care of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not. I mean, do you really got the lawyers or whatever the case is to go through it? And they made one shirt. It's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. When you see something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure anybody on this live right now understands how hard it is to go out and buy to buy shirts and stuff or clothes, knowing how much you get and make and do that. It's really, really hard. So if you see something you like enough, you might just make it. And that's one of the things that you do, especially early on, starting out. I might just go ahead and make it or do some of those things. It just comes with the business and the territory. You got to have something really, really unique to copyright the phrase and do different things like that. Juan, what up, Juan?
Yeah, so I'm going to go off subject for a second while it's on my mind. Mike T's asked me to ask you about the unbranded shorts. which ones are the longer ones, and how do you tell the longer ones from the shorts?
So the 8001, which is, if you look on their website, under there, just the regular menu where you see unbranded, that is the shorter ones. Those are the bright colors. Those are they're 8008. And they say unbranded. Unbranded doesn't mean it's not like the other ones are branded and they're not. We just came up with a collection. This is going to be a very, very, what I think is going to be a unique collection, because I'm looking to bring on other people to create stuff, and not just to create stuff and give it away, but to create stuff and receive compensation for creating. So doing some exclusive tie-dye stuff with some creators.
That's dope.
The shorts is a start. Doing some unique hoodies, some color blocks and things like that. Some just creating some things that are different, and they're committed to doing like one new design a month, like one new something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to organize that piece out right now. This thing is so much bigger than me, right? So eventually these are going to be write-ups and things about, hey, here's, X, Y, and Z person. Here's Mike T's. He's a creator from such and such. He does great tie-dye bleach sets or something like that. And here's what he came up with. And this is going to be supplying supplying the blanks for them to do their thing with, and that person sending them back, and then they're going for sale. So that whole unbranded thing is I'm just the start or the kicker, because I wanted a short that fitted a little bit different. And I was sitting in LA at the time, at Supercolor in the hotel, and I got the shorts, and I'm like, man, I put them on. I'm ready to go out into the LA heat, and I'm like, these things ain't right. Like, they too long. Got to get them above the knee and stuff like that. So that's the difference pretty much, and it's a lot to look forward to coming up.
So Cheryl Brown asked, are the shorts available right now?
Yeah, shorts are available. Yeah, everything's available.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. It's just the whole concept, the whole unbranded. I just like how y'all marketing that. That was pretty dope.
Man, it ain't even where I wanted to be at, again, because I'm focused on, like, I wasn't even trying to be the first one, honestly. I was trying to let it be somebody else. But the shorts ended up getting done, and we just had to figure out what the numbers was going to look like for those people, those creators and stuff like that, and try to make sure it's a fair compensation. It's something that'll work on both sides. That person gets to make some money, the company makes money when it sells. Ultimately, man, everybody's going to need the support of the community to get it going, because it's going us keeping it going is going to depend on the support of whatever we come out with being supported. So I'm looking for things like that right now in the process.
That's dope, man. And Cheryl Brown, it's Circle Clothings with an S.com.
Yep.
So, man, I don't know if you do the TikTok thing, but on TikTok it's a thing where everybody's cutting the shirts down the middle, and they might put a blue with a Seahawk green and sew it together. How you feel about that, and what you think about that trend?
Bro, that's old, man. So
yeah, 1990s. Yeah.
Nah, so we were doing that. Maybe it's old back then. It's coming. Everything comes back full circle.
Right.
But we were doing that for colleges, HBCUs, Dell State, Cheney, Lincoln. We were doing that, and we were stitching the twill letters on from stalls and huge sellers, Greek varsity stuff. If you look back, if you was around before, I was doing that with my boy that has the Thoroughthread store long time ago, splitting them down the middle. We had a lady out of Philly sewing them together for us. Name was Vanessa. She actually got a YouTube channel too. She was sewing them together for us. We couldn't keep up with the demand, and then it started to circulate around. I'm not gonna say we was the first ones to do it, but in our area, we've been doing it in HBCUs and stuff like that. Man, we had to do that. I was still coaching ball and stuff like that, so it was a few years ago, and it is a huge thing. So That's something in the works. You know, I got some samples of that, but I'm doing it a little bit different instead of just the half and halves.
Yeah.
Not gonna reveal too much. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
But I got some stuff I'm
it's
working
squad
on.
talk, Stan. Man, you gotta give us drop the T, man.
I got some dope. I got some dope color block stuff that I'm working on.
Yeah. So, man, I'm gonna go off of that a little bit more. So with that, me, man, I know how to sew. I learned how to sew about 12 years ago or so. So, and you are really big on time and how you spend your time and how you make your money. For a person, just a regular person like me sitting in my house, is it worth my time to cut 2 shirts and resew them? You know what I mean? When you profit-wise, do you feel that way?
How long does it take?
I don't think it's very, like, to do something like that, it wouldn't take long. But, I mean, it just seems to me, personally, you got to cut it, then you got to sew this shirt, then you got to sew that shirt, you know what I mean? Then you got to, whatever you're going to print on it or bleach it or tie it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Me personally, so I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go take it to somebody who does that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we used her for a long time, and she used to charge us like it might have been $20 or $15 a shirt to sew each one together. That's a wholesale number. $15 and to put the letters on or whatever the case was. She used to charge us for that. And
I do it for $15-$20 a shirt. Hell.
Yeah, so if that's what you do, for me, I'm gonna say nah, it's not gonna make sense. But even then, I'm analyzing all of that. I just love business, money, and the numbers of business as a whole. So I'm talking to her, and any business, anybody I talk to, I'm like, well, how long does it take you to make it? How many can you do in an hour? Well, you know, how much is the material cost? Whatever. And I'm just analyzing that stuff. So eventually, we got a factory somewhere else that would take them and do them, and they could do them faster because they have better equipment. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so tedious. But those shirts, bro, they sell for like $75. You take 2 $5 sweatshirts, you still so it's $10 in shirts, and then you got $140 or $150 off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So when you start to process the numbers, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If it takes you, let's just say 20 minutes, right, to sew these both, or let's say 25 minutes to put both of these together, that's a nice little small business. Don't make no mistake. I think at the time she was taking, 15 minutes for 2 of them or something like that. She was real skilled or whatever the case is. I don't know if that's fast or slow in the world of sewing, but for me, it probably take me forever. You know what I'm saying? I would love to learn how to do it, just to know how to do it, just in case I'm ever in a bind. But, think about that. She's making, $30-$40 for, 25, 30 minutes. That's a nice hourly paycheck right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know they was going for that much, man. I just see it's a wave on TikTok right now.
Yeah, man. I got receipts somewhere around this place of the shirts we was selling and making. We've been doing it, but you know what I mean. It's good, and fashion's gonna come back. It comes back full circles. I was talking to my embroidery folks today about the patches. You know what I'm saying, and things like that. He's like, man, they're coming back. I said, yeah, it's back. And he's like, man, that was like so whatever time period. It comes back full circle. Rhinestones, before the pandemic, rhinestones were supposed to be crazy in 2020. Yeah. And if you really want to follow fashion, you got to follow European fashion and stuff like that. And it trickles down. So the stuff that you see Gucci doing or some of those big brands doing, you got to look even beyond those. But we really follow those top tier brands. And then it starts to trickle down.
Right. Man, you talking about brands, man. You mentioned streetwear a little while ago. What are some of the top streetwear brands that you look to? I don't know. I don't necessarily want to say for inspiration, but that you watch.
I like state brands. So the stuff that I'm gonna tell you, I look at, you ain't gonna be like, I don't even know what that is. One of my favorite brands aesthetically is this company called Ugmonk. I think his name is Jeff Sheldon. He made something. He really built a cult-like following. I don't really look to like those popular brands that people look at. I love this brand called Portland Gear, which inspired my advance of first state of mind. I love their aesthetic and things like that. So, you know,
Is that out of Maine? Or is that out of Maine? Portland, Maine? Or Portland, Oregon?
Portland, I don't know. Too many questions.
Oh,
Yeah, it's called Portland Gear.
Yeah, there's a Portland out here.
It's the Rose City.
Yeah, that's out here. That's 2 hours from where I live. Yeah.
So there you go. You know what I'm talking about. So they got a nice little store, nice aesthetic and things like that. So brands like that, man, I find inspiration, man, just on my timeline sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And then I got a secret page that nobody knows about that I go follow, like a lot of designers and artists and graffiti people, and I just find stuff over there. Because a lot of people follow who I follow, try to talk to who I talk to. So I got a little secret page where I hold all my secrets at. Yeah,
I can imagine the type of people that try to eat off you, though. I can only imagine. So, so you started your brand from the Delaware brand and stuff, like outside of you being from Delaware and all that, like. What was your inspiration, and then what made you stop pushing that brand back then?
So for me, I'm a printer first. Like I got in the t-shirt business to make stuff for other people. Like just give me your stuff, I print it. I don't have to sell anything to nobody.
Right.
And then I just love where I'm from. So around here, you know, it's common in a lot of places. For a while, the state had like New Era caps, New Era fitted, like official New Era at one of the stores. And like people would print their side of town. And I ain't into that. I'm not, you know, I'm not, it's like this war to beef or whatever the case is. Not even it's about beef. I wanted to create something that was inclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
inclusive, no matter if you was in the heart of the city or you was down by the beaches. I wanted to make something that stood for the state. So even when I started, they're like, man, why you don't do that? Make this side of town. Why you don't make that side of town? I said, nah, y'all can have that. Y'all can go and keep doing what y'all doing. I wanted to make something inclusive for the state because, you know what I'm saying? I love where I'm from. So that's where it came from for me. And then I took inspiration and did some stuff. The first was just the first state of mind, which is the first state. And if you see it, you know what it means. So that was my thing. And then I took and made the D and put the state inside of it, which was inspired from Portland, their P, and they did the shape and stuff like that. I redid that again for my friend with Pittsburgh. And then, you know, when I started selling it, man, you know, I got a phone call. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All
right, I got a phone call. So then I started to make stuff for I made it for myself, bro. Like then people like, oh, where you get that? They would see me in FedEx. Oh, I like that shirt. Because they know. I'm back.
Yo.
They're killing me. Let me send this message out.
So, man, it's crazy. Like you said, you got inspired by that brand from Portland. Like, Portland is small. Like, a lot of people don't know Portland. And it's crazy. Like, that's just right up the freeway, man. As you go up, we go up there and eat Popeye's chicken because we don't have one where I live, you know. But I'm gonna really look into that brand, man. That might be somebody to reach out to because I got a lot of friends in Portland. I know a whole bunch of people in Portland.
So from there, it's like when I started the brand, I did, you know what I'm saying? I would make stuff for myself first, and then people would ask me for it. And that's when Bella Canvas came out with those acid wash shirts. And once those acid wash shirts came out, those things were like super popular. The red, the blue. I did the black stone wash with the black print on it. And they just started going crazy. One of my boys who prints as well had a store, like a retail store. I put some in there and he sold out. I put them on there like on consignment. I ain't just like threw a bunch of them in there. And then when I knew it was I was riding down the street and I start to see people wearing it. Not people that know me. I don't know this dude. He wearing my shirt, walking down the street. I'm on to something. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
And
That's
when you start to see, so then I put the website up. I start shipping them out of state. This was mind blowing to me. I'm shipping them across the country, and this is a brand about Delaware. And this is something that I never expected to happen. You know, back when I first started, I would do stuff like you would place an order. Like somebody would go on my website right now, order, and I would look at the address. I would pack that joint, hop in my car right now at like 10, at 2 in the morning if I'm up, and I had that thing in the morning in your mailbox when you woke up. You know what I'm saying? And this was like the drive, and that's the getting it out the trunk and doing all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so for me, I stopped doing it just because I move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? I go do something else. I started HBCUTs, which is another niche brand. And then once I did HBCUTs, that's where the book Niches Bring Riches came from. And I was like, yo, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again based on things that I like and I enjoy. And it just keeps working. So it's duplicatable. Let me share with people how I do it. You know what I'm saying? And now today, I believe what I do is like a little bit different than what a lot of people do is I give you the core, the bottom, you know, before you put the ads on. You do everything here before you put the ads on. You put the ads on top of this, then somebody like Charles will take you through the roof to the next level.
Right. Yeah, he's the guy with them ads and stuff, man. I've been watching, man. So I want to talk a little more about like building a brand and home base. Like that's one of the things I got from you. So man, I'm born and raised in Seattle, but I live in Oregon. But my region is called the Pacific Northwest. So I've been doing a lot of Pacific Northwest designs and like pushing them, you know, so I can cover the Pacific Northwest covers 3 different states, you know, and like you say, it's a lot of pride out here as far as that goes. Like, so what is the best way for a person trying to build organically homegrown to get their stuff known?
Oh man, so you know, interaction and wearing it. Like I'm grassroots, so what that means is interacting with things that are positive in the area. Interacting on hashtags, dealing with the state, almost becoming like a news broadcaster, the positivity that's going on in the area. And then having designs like when you know, right? Like when you not the stuff that they get as a tourist. I pull up, I come through the rest stop. Not the stuff that's there. The inside stuff that only the people in that area know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a lot of people don't even know where Delaware is, what it is. You know, they won't recognize the shape of the state because it's the smallest state. It's not one of the popular places. So when you see the word first, you're like, okay, first. If you know what Delaware looks like, then you recognize that Delaware. Now you recognize it. That doesn't mean you know that's the first state. You know what I'm saying? So being subliminal about it and having the knowledge of that code-based knowledge that's going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's the basics. In Niches Bring Riches, I kind of talked about how to interact with hashtags, how to grow off of that, how to communicate with people and stuff like that. I think that's the grassroots fundamentals of it. And then being out in the streets, man, being out at festivals. I felt like in my area, I could go to any event. It could be a church event. It could be I'm in my state. So I got a brand about the state. I'm in my backyard for whatever I'm at. It don't matter what I'm at. I can go set up an event and I can spread the message about, you know, what's important to me. I came up with this concept. I'm going to try to implement in a store called Hometown Heroes. And, you know, it's just about people being positive, doing positive things in the area. I want to do some type of Hollywood star effect to that nature. Or some type of plaque, something I want to do just to celebrate people doing positive things in the area and things like that. So it's deeper than just selling shirts. It's more about, you know, spreading the message and the love and and the positivity around what's going on. So make no mistake about it, the store is bigger than, it's way more to me than it is just about me making t-shirts or using it for YouTube videos. I wanted to make something that could impact the community in different ways and stuff like that. So I got more concepts. And man, I'm at the home stretch now. I had to get another contractor yet again to do some stuff for me.
Man, that's dope, man. I gotta address this nonsense in these comments over here real quick before we move on. This brother Mike T, he talking about chicken thighs.
I saw that.
Everybody chicken thighs, and don't nobody eat no damn chicken thighs, Mike, but you.
I like thighs, man. I don't know what you're talking about, Mike.
Oh, what the hell? No chicken thighs, man. Y'all gonna see this shirt I'm about to come with.
all dark meat, man. All dark meat.
We be having wars about the chicken thighs. Mike T said, can we expect to see Stan in August at the ISS show?
Hey, man. Unless COVID catch up to me one of these days, I'm in there. In Texas, I just had a daughter. But I'm
Oh, you just had a new baby?
Yeah, I'm right back. I had her on Juneteenth, but I'm back back in the mix, ready to hit the road coming up here.
Man, congratulations. Juneteenth, that was my mother's birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. I want to go back to that stealing like an artist, and also niches bring riches. I'm gonna bring up the books, man. Are they still available, or will they be back available?
So, Still Like an Artist is by Austin Kelly.
That's right.
He has it. I actually started a book inspired by that book, and it was called CC Me. It's funny. I redid a logo, the cover style and everything, and CC stands for carbon copy. I don't know if that is gonna ever come out. I was like I'm super inspired by that book, man. I love that book. And everybody here should pick it up on Amazon. Anybody watching this later on should pick it up on Amazon and read it, man. It'll change your design, your perspective. I'm not naturally creative myself personally. So that is what I feel like. That's something that I feel like is huge for people to read. Niches Bring Riches is going to be the first one to re-release, probably ebook and physical copy. I want to start pushing more the ebook style. And then I'm actually rewriting a good portion of the vinyl pricing guide. And that will include like just updated pricing and some more companies, some of my company partners and stuff like that. So I'm rewriting a good portion of that. And I'm looking to have that done by the end of this month and back available.
Okay. And both, that'll be hard copy and ebook. And
then I'm getting on to the courses by the I would like to have a course out by the end of September 28th, my birthday. I like to have one of my first courses. I had this concept. I work with a few small businesses and people hustling around me. And one of the first ones that I want to do a local seminar called Organize Your Hustle. Because when talking to a lot of people, they don't really understand, if they're making money, how they're making money, where it's going, some of the same problems that I struggle with as an entrepreneur trying to find my way. And it's doesn't matter what it is, whether it's t-shirts or a service or a product, just trying to understand how to organize that. Because if you don't organize, it's hard to go to the next level. It's hard to understand if you're going in the right direction. So Organize Your Hustle will probably be the first thing that I work on because I feel like a lot of people really need to understand the business behind it. And then it's like the things that everybody say, hey, no, go legit, do it, do this, do that. And I understand how that can be intimidating to a lot of people. And so I kind of done like little things like, hey, you're supposed to get a business license, a resale certificate, and then go get your business bank account, right? But why you don't just get a separate personal account just to start you off? Not saying you shouldn't do that, but a lot of people get that information and they stop right there.
Right.
And they never go do it. But I'm like, nah, bro, just get a separate checking account, get a debit card, and everything you touch, like do that. And if you need to pay money, pay yourself consistently. No, you don't have to let everything stay in the business. You need to pay yourself $100 a week or $200 a week. Pay it out of that, transfer from one to the other, and just do little things to get yourself prepared for how it's gonna be when you go legit, when you get everything in order. So little tips and tricks and stuff like that I've learned over the time, because I see a lot of people who are just making money, but they don't even know if they're making money, because especially like one of the things that I experienced a lot. If I used to get paid in cash, it would never make the bank. You know what I'm saying? And then you're looking like, oh man, well, I just spent that. And it's not intentional. It's money in your pocket. My kid wants something. I walk into this store, I'm pulling out cash, and it's going, oh, step, I'm supposed to order inventory with that money. Now, so just like what I used to do then was like, I get cash, I take money out of my personal account, and I put it into the business account, that amount, and then I'll be like, all right, make it to the bank. But if you don't, it's not going to hurt, your business income and stuff like that. So just little things like that, man, and just how to understand if you're making money or not, how to calculate your profits and all of that stuff. And you think it comes without saying, but man, I work with like 3 or 4 businesses right now, or people hustling or whatever the case is, different stages. Some of them making money, some of them just, all just starting. But all of this stuff is kind of like translates. And then obviously I want to do some Photoshop for non-designers, Illustrated for non-designers. Just how I understood over the years how to simplify the process down to like 10 tools that I use, man. Not, I'm not Charlie Pangus with I'm going to show you how to draw a skull and put this stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy, but the things that I learned and I know work well for me, and I've been able to kind of like, perfect my process, and I want to share this simplified version of myself on how you can manipulate things in order to create stuff for yourself.
So how will these courses be available? Will it be like pre-recorded or live, or
it's gonna be pre-recorded, man. I might do like a live one. I like to do some test stuff. I definitely I want to do the organize the hustle, a test first in person, and then take that and then do a re-recording just to make sure all of the information is in there. Take into consideration of people who attend, if they got questions, note those questions and try to see where I can improve the curriculum and stuff like that. But ultimately it'll be pre-recorded and people can watch at their own pace.
That'll be dope, because that's something that's definitely needed, especially in this industry where there's so many home businesses. And
man, I analyzed a lot of stuff and be like, does that make sense? Like, one of the businesses that fascinates me is like the lash business, bro. I know a lot of people who do lashes and stuff like that, and that's like a wave and different things like that. But I look at it and I'm like, how much she charge you and how long it take you to do it? That business, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense, right? Like in my mind, I'm just trying to figure out, because and part of that is like I want to talk to people just to see, where their mindset is and stuff like that is just business wise. And then I want to see people win, man. I want to see people succeed. And if I can offer some type of, some assistance of some sort and give some advice on some stuff, just want to make sure it makes sense.
Right.
Could you explain how do you and your team go about planning out your next business venture?
Yes.
Oh man, it's easy for like once you got the ball rolling. I like to do things that fit closely. You know what I'm saying? Like the other side, once I couldn't put the studio in there because it was so loud with the business next door and then the church behind me, I was just gonna put screen print equipment in there and get back to doing that piece of it. But then I was, my best friend, and I'm at the point where we talked about this before. It's like you need a team, man. Like at some point you're gonna look up and you be like, I'm doing as much as I could possibly do myself. So she has a boutique, and it just made sense for me to put that there, and then to show her, to empower her. Like my goal now is to get her to quit teaching. You know what I'm saying? Let's make you enough money to quit teaching. So that's doing things spread out around what we already have going on. But make no mistake about it, man. In the next year or two, I'm going to be getting into some other things. You know what I'm saying? I'm really keen for one of my favorite places to eat, or one of my favorite guys that I get food from, to buy his business and put in the brick and mortar store and try it out, man. I wasted a lot of money on this building that it's not mine. and people saying don't get into the restaurant business, not a good idea. Man, it might not be, but at the same time, it might be the right things to try things. One thing about me, man, all I focus on is making my money back. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I invest in something, you know, and I've always been able to make my whatever I put out, I've always been able to make back. So I don't feel like anything I've ever done fails. So if I put out 10 grand on a new idea, if I can make that thing make me 10 grand so I can pull my 10 grand back out, put it in my pocket, and I never make another dollar after that, you know what I'm saying? I gained the experience, I gained the knowledge. But to me, it's like, you know, and if I figured out how to make 10 grand, then I could go out and make another 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always been my mindset. So I don't, you know, how you judge failure and success is up to you. But I don't get discouraged by trying to do anything. I just try to make sure I understand. I'm looking at like event planning stuff and businesses like that, or event space. And now we're about to do Jakir's pop-up shop. You guys get to see that happen. We recorded a series of planning it. So now the next thing is you guys get to see it coming together. So when it all comes together and all of that comes out, this is me like behind the scenes trying to understand how to be an event planner. You know what I mean? My best friend did that in the past, trying to bring that back. And this is going to gauge if I want to get into that business on the side or something like that. So that's kind of like my take on it. I move by things I enjoy, man, or people around me enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I don't feel like I can't go wrong. So, and I always say I reserve the right to change my mind. So if I know, you know, I tried to do small engine repair for a while with my sister's husband. I showed up 3 separate times, and every time I'm like, yo, this ain't for me. Bang my hand. I got to do so much pushing and hard work, labor. I'm like, bro, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like, I tried 3 totally different. One time in the summer, twice in the winter. I'm like, no, this ain't for me. We joke about it, man. I was like, man, yeah, it's not for you. So I reserve the right to change my mind. I do what I want to do, and nobody's going to tie me in a box and tell me I can't do anything. And I try to push that on people. Like, why can't you do it? You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it.
Frankie asks, are you sending samples of Circle Clothing, or how can you get some? CircleClothings.com, Frankie.
Yeah, man, just get one, man. If you know what I mean, order 1, 2 pieces, just to see if you like it. If you don't like it, move on. I don't care. It ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Don't got nothing to do with me if it don't fit your business. I think a lot of people like, you know, hey, I wear size large, and honestly, in most stuff, I got like to get an extra large sweatpant or extra large, and I actually wear large. But you know, everybody's shaped different or whatever the case is. Say, oh man, I ordered large, it fit too tight. Well, order extra large.
Right.
What you want me to do? Make it fit you, you know, custom?
So what we need, man, from Circle Clothing though is y'all need us big dudes, man. 3, 4X's, man. That's what we needed. That's what we need from them.
I get that message so much, and it's not that, you know, they don't want to.
Good though.
It's not that they don't want to do it. It's not that. It's just look at the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bellican, the big companies, it just doesn't happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, to be honest. So I'm pushing to get more, but when it happens, that means y'all got to show up. You know what I'm saying? So if I say, you know what, whatever we doing unbranded next is gonna come in 3, 4, and 5X, and they sit there. You think I can go back to the table and say, hey, let's make 1,000 a jogger pants in 3, 4, and 5X? You know what I'm saying? It just it has to make sense on that standpoint. They're open. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They you know, before there wasn't no anything over 2X and the hoodies and stuff like that. They're open to doing it. It's just that people got to show up. So I keep getting that message and stuff like that. And other than that, man, somebody going to have to create a big guy brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Like men, what is it? Is it called? One of the stores, like I said, Men's Warehouse, where they got some of the fashionable stuff in 3, 4, 5X and stuff like that. Yeah. That's a niche, bro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So one of you big guys out here, you know what I'm saying? You got to pull together with some other big guys and make some.
Man, you know what? I'm actually literally talking to somebody about that right now, man. that's kind of why I brought it up. But yeah, I'm talking with somebody about doing that, man, right now.
Well, you make it. I hope you get the word out. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Whatever. It's just that, you know, it's tough, man. And you know, I definitely understand the struggle. I get that question all the time. I get that comment all the time. You know what I mean? I definitely will bring it back up. It won't be like, for the most part, what I try to fight for is the primary colors being in those. You know what I'm saying? The reds, the royals, the navies, the white, the black, the heather gray. The main six that I say that should be in stock at all time. That's the start. Now, if I
Yeah.
can get y'all to start buying that stuff, I can come out with a small run of, you know, these unbranded shorts and 3 and 4X. It'll be a small run. That means you got to act fast. But if you act fast on it, you grab a couple, they sell out. Now they like, okay, you might be right,
Yeah.
man. But if they sit on the shelf, I don't know if I can get the next
Right.
set to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of just how that works. You know what I'm saying? Companies want to see the product moving and things like that.
Right. So with the I want to say about them hoodies, man. The hoodies are good. I did a bunch. I ordered a bunch of them a while back and did some stuff for some brand fulfillment with them for somebody, and then I still have a few of them that I wear on a regular because it's always cold in my house. But them, they fit really well, man. They're great quality hoodies, man. So I can imagine what the shorts and the shirts are like too.
That perfect fleece, man. I love
Yeah,
I renamed their fleece. I renamed it the perfect fleece because it's really good, man. Like,
it is.
and then the pricing on it is very, very reasonable. You know what I'm saying? I told you I found a better hoodie. I'm going to have a review coming out on it. But the price on that hoodie is like, people going to be like, oh no, I'm not buying that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
Yeah.
want better. Y'all want the best quality, but nobody wants to spend the money. So I think that's the perfect balance of a product that they have there at Circle. And yeah, so we just keep it moving from there. But you know, I'm working, man. I'm working constantly on just improving what we have in the industry overall.
I'm gonna read a couple of these comments. Educated Natural said, "Track your money, know your net profit and your profit margin. Without this knowledge, you truly guessing your profitability." Definitely. I had a hell with my taxes this year, but I learned a big lesson. I'll be ready next year. But
We
like
all
Stan,
run into it.
when you were talking about the business stuff, she's somebody you should look into.
Check
She's
her out.
very, very knowledgeable in a lot of different areas. Um, Cheryl Brown said, "First time I saw Stan with the whiteboard, white button down, breaking down the vinyl pricing in 2018.
That video's still up. I made some
Yeah, I
mistakes in
remember
that
that.
video, man. I made some mistakes in that video, but the concept is all right there in that video still. That's why I left it up there. Yeah, man.
Mike T says, Circle Clothing, substandard to the slides, to the unbranded. You definitely have helped us blossom with the plugs. Also, super color. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Those companies are small companies. They you know, on the come up right now. So it'll be interesting, man. We're working on Circle Clothing's booth and what that's going to be like in Atlantic City right now. That's my task to kind of like figure something out for that coming up here. So I'll be working on that. Influencer meetup might go down in LA, man. We might be bringing a bunch of people out to LA coming up here soon. So it's a lot going on. Just trying to, you know, just keep my head to the ground, get some of the stuff I need to get done, and then move on to that stuff.
I got a question from over here, but I want to ask you a question, man. Like, so everybody's seen you come from nothing, and then like really in this industry, you're the man right now. You know what I mean? Like, as your thing say there, you the GOAT in this industry. How has coming from being in that garage, we always bring up you in that bomber jacket in that garage pressing shirts in the cold, to being Stan Banks today, how have you stayed humble, and how have you not, like, I mean, you still reach back, man. Like, I'm gonna just say, like, I messaged Stan about doing this live this morning. He hit me back and within 5 minutes and was like, let's do it. Like, you remain humble and you always reach back to everybody else. How have you maintained that over the years?
This who I am, man.
I know it gets
I don't
hard
gotta
sometimes, though.
I don't gotta maintain who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
in order to maintain, who you are and stuff like that, don't get me wrong. I go through life and times and periods, but when you are who you are and you doing the things that it's natural to you, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out looking for content. I don't like. I've never made design. Like, I did some design stuff in the past. I told y'all flat out I don't want to do design, and now I'm like giving some of the stuff that. Not that I forgot about, but I'm bringing some stuff that I did way, like, a long, long time ago before T-shirts with got print and stuff like that, and bringing that information forward. I'm just operating on what's going on around me, and that's how I bring the information. And as far as, like, reaching out and stuff like that, that's because I genuinely care. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely care. I tell you guys, hit me up anytime and stuff like that. And it's not like, sometimes like, yo, call me, and then the person never answers the phone or something like that. I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not hard. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's just who I am as a person. And I mean, that's the only answer I got for that, man. I just keep grinding and keep going and keep hustling. And I understand too, man, when people, I'm just a regular guy, bro. Like, I'm a regular guy. I still live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm still moving around the same way. And a lot of things, man. Some things happen around me. I was debating if I wanted to talk about 2 young designers got killed around here with clothing brands. Trying to be positive, getting out of the streets and stuff like that. One here in Delaware, one in Philly. And these were 2 kids that in my mind, when I did the podcast, when I got that stuff rolling, I was going to bring in to have an episode with, and stuff like that, man, is heartbreaking from that standpoint. One of the kids in Philly, man, you can go back and just watch the energy. Now, he did a free 4th of July barbecue out front of his store, everything free, and just enjoying life and trying to spread the love and give back to his community. And got killed outside of his store at this free event he did for the community. So stuff like that, man, is bigger than shirts, man. It's bigger, and when you understand what the purpose is, bro, make no mistake. I started this channel for the people around me. You know what I'm saying? The people in the hood who needed an extra $300. I ain't saying get rich. I'm just saying here's an easy way for you to make life hit a little bit easier. And I stand by that message. And when you walk in that purpose and you understand what you're doing it for, all of the other stuff, the beef, the this, the that, all that stuff goes out the window because the mission is bigger. Now, I'm on that drive to say, hey, they want to tie me into the T-shirt side hustle, bro. That's just the name. You know what I'm saying? I've been the job I had that everybody, found me because of. That was like a side job that was full time. You know what I'm saying? That based on the hours. But I was putting a lot more hours in outside of that doing what I'm doing. So when you walking in purpose and doing what you're supposed to do, man, it's easy.
Period. Yeah, man, it's you definitely have paved the way for a whole bunch of people. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this comment while I'm talking, but yeah, you definitely paved the way for a whole bunch of us, man. And just it's all I tell you this shit every time we get on, man. You appreciate it in this industry, man. So it's like you said you're just a regular person, but bro, you bigger than so many others, man. You're a celebrity to what we do. You know what I mean? Like, there is no. I think the regular stuff went out a few years ago, but I know how you feel, man. I understand it.
Yeah, no question, man. And it's funny because one of the people that I work with and I'm trying to get built up today, she called me earlier and was like, I just had to call you because I just got recognized in Wawa. And she like, somebody walked up to it. I'm like, this is just the start. And I'm like, it's gonna grow and grow and grow because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you spreading the message that you're supposed to spread. And had nothing to do with T-shirts, a completely, totally different business. But I'm just like, hey, and I'm telling her, it's going to become so much bigger than your wildest dreams because that's what I seen happen for myself, and I know what I'm doing is duplicatable. You know what I'm saying? I know where you guys keep going on your path. It might be a slow grind, but I didn't start at, I don't even know, 80-something thousand subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And I keep telling people, I had wrote everybody down one day, and I put their subscriber count next to them, and Rich was at like in the notes like 4,000, and now look at him. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the path is. You know what I'm saying? Of where it's going to take you. But if you know what you're supposed to do, and you grind and you understand where you're going, you know, the road might be a little different than what you think it might be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, if I was a different person or things were a different way, and if I didn't curse or I didn't do that, I could be a lot farther. But nothing's more important than, you know, doing it the way you want to do it and being yourself, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's organic. You know what I'm saying?
Period. So I got a question from LaShunda Lewis. How do you know when a trademark copyright? My daughter started a line with some sales. Do I have to be the listed owner, or can she as a minor?
Oh, man, you got to ask your lawyer that. And I would say, you know, hey, set a dollar amount. Say, hey, you know, do your due diligence right now and find someone who's going to do your trademark or figure that out. I'm actually working with my buddy who just passed the bar to come up with a copyright and trademark service. But, you know, until that's ready, find a lawyer for yourself, consult them, and then set a dollar amount. Say it's going to cost us $2,500 to get this guy to do our trademarks and copyrights, and say, you know what? If we hit $10,000 in sales, we're going to go ahead and get it done, because at that point it becomes a valuable, you know, money maker for us. We know it. You see a lot of people, everybody talks about, you know, get your stuff copyrighted. Mm-hmm. Bro, nobody's coming out the gate getting their stuff copyrighted. God is dope. God is copyright later. This person, you'll see them post later on like, oh yeah, look, it's official, a copyright, unless they already have money from other ideas that they got going on, because you never know which one's going to be it. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing, another way to figure that out is Big Brando has several videos on this, but proof of concept.
Yep. That's what I'm saying too. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. That's why I say the dollar amount. It's the same thing, proof of concept. I like to think of the dollar amount attached to it. Makes sense for me to. I'm making good amount of money to go ahead and spend the money to get this, to protect it.
Right. Because you don't want to go spend all that money and then you sell 3 shirts.
Right. You see what you just asked me earlier why I stopped selling one brand. I was making money off of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got bored. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm struggling to even bring the concepts back to myself. I got so many designs for that brand I never put out. Like, you know, it's just like going opening a folder and be like, all right, I want to print this and this and this and this and this. And then I'm contacting other designers. But if I go ahead and get all of these designs copyrighted, like I just had a designer send me like 10 designs just now. You know what I'm saying? If I go ahead and do all of that stuff, it becomes like, well.
Yeah. And you don't even know what's going to hit. Another question from Customs Journey. I see you in a lot of different things and constantly growing. Could you talk about the transition from being self-employed to business owner to venture capitalist and the change of mindset? Damn good question, James.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'm gonna answer this specifically, but I just was having this epiphany the other day, and I wanted to get on live. I did it on Instagram briefly. Wanted to get on YouTube, and I wanted to talk about the journey, right? And I think where I'm at right now is I'm at the point where I'm like comfortably broke, right? And which means it's like I look back and be like, I don't know how I used to survive off of the money that I was making or doing things, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, I wasn't able to do the things that I really wanted to do. But now I'm at a point where I'm comfortable, but where I got everything that I need and want. But I'm still almost living paycheck to paycheck of a sort. And it's a journey, it's a step, because in your entrepreneurial journey, you're going to go to the first part where it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. You don't know how long it's going to last. And then something's going to happen. You're going to get a little bit of growth. You're going to be like, okay, I'm good. And then you're going to get a little bit more growth. You're like, okay, I'm better. And then you're going to look back and when you analyze and you start to put the numbers together, you're like, well, wait, what's really going on here? And you said you ran into your problem with your taxes. It's a part of the journey. When you start making money and you hustling, you not paying attention to where your money's coming from, where it's going, how much stuff is cost you to make, and are you really making money? That's a part of the journey. And if you don't have the education up front, you're gonna have to learn on the job. So you get to that point, and now it's like, how do I get to the point of abundance? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at the point to figure out how to get to abundance. And that's, for me, is like the team. And now dreaming for, like I said earlier, I want my best friend to quit her job and never have to go back to work. And it's a dollar amount attached to her doing that. So now I'm starting to look at my team and say, how can I help you get to the point where you're making that money? So now we can both do the things that we want to do and grind and build and do things like that. And again, I'm this is evolving for me. And now this is starting to turn into the part where is what I do. What am I going to do next? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still going to be in a t-shirt. I keep telling y'all, I'm about to do something else. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten to the point where I want to do some other things and challenge. I reserve the right to change my mind. I'm not going to go away from t-shirt side hustle, educate people, but you do grow. And people want to say, you know, they want to tie you into a box and say, yo, you just a t-shirt printer, you just that. You're only doing this because of this or because of that. Bro, I put the work in. Whatever it is that I'm doing, whatever way I want to go, I put the work in to get where I want to go. And who are you to say that I can't go somewhere else? So now it's like, once you learn these business lessons, it'll translate into every other type of business. You know what I'm saying? The lessons that I learned with trying to do graphic design and print early on, and when a company like Vistaprint comes around and you're trying to compete, and you're like, wait, I can't make money competing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of these lessons will happen for you. You know what I'm saying? And you just translate them and you use them and you keep going forward, put one foot in front of the other, and you'll find your way out.
Period. Debbie Skill says Stan was one of the first videos I watched coming in the squad. Been hooked ever since, man. Debbie, you and everybody else.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like, Custom Journey said, yes, I salute you for putting in the work and building your platform the way you did. Much respect for what you have done and continue to do.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
man. Educated Natural said, I had someone roll up on me and my family yelling, OMG, you the Educated Natural in Sam's Club, and scared the crap out of us. Hubby went into army mode.
I got stories of that. You know what I'm saying? And man, I got stories. I mean, some of y'all might have seen what happened when I was in LA at the Nipsey spot. My man from New York pulled up on me in the gas station. And, you know, at that point, it's fight or flight. I got people with me, so we about to fight right here. You know what I'm saying? We about to fight right here. And it's crazy, man, because just think, man, and one of the books that I have is called Mailbox Money. And that's inspired by Nipsey. And it's just the concept of going from average person to an influencer, not being an athlete or comedian or some Instagram or social media star and building it up. Just becoming an average person to becoming an influencer in your own field or whatever it is that you're knowledgeable about. And I like to call myself a G-list celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm a celebrity to the, like you said, to the people in the niche of what's going on. People would know me, but if I walk around, I'm just a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting on the flight and somebody recognizes me and they want to take a picture or whatever the case is. It's fun and it's dope. You got to embrace it. But man, I don't know if I would ever want to be a little baby or some. You know what I mean? I used to want to go to the NFL but I don't know if I want to be that recognizable because man, it's nerve wracking when you feel like people are staring at you and then you looking back and you don't know what you know what I mean? You never know what the situations are. But you know, you gotta embrace it, and if you do it in a positive way, hopefully only positivity comes to you.
Yeah, I used to. My biggest dream used to be to want to be a rapper, but when I got to thinking about stuff like that, that was the thing that deterred me. Is like you just have to live that way. You can never have your own life.
Heavy is the head, man. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, man. And it's no different in real life, man. Just being the breadwinner, you know what I'm saying? It comes with certain responsibilities. Everything comes with certain responsibilities. I was talking to my stepson, I guess, in the car the other day, and he's like, you know, how much this car? I said, bro, just stay a kid, man. Just you know what I'm saying? You'll get to the point where it costs you $300 just to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a cheap day. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's about like maintaining that. It's a lot of responsibilities that come with, you know, with whatever it is that you're doing, and the more that you do, it just becomes like a thing that you got to be able to keep up and maintain and figure out. You know what I'm saying? And you got to figure out now. It's like, what is your dream lifestyle? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are saying it's attainable, and I know it is. And then how much you got to make, but then what work you got to put in to maintain that? And that's the
Period.
bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? And like I
Period.
said, you want to be, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to that place of abundance where we all want to get to, where it's like you can really have the freedom to do what it is that you want to do and stuff like that. And what's the work that's going to take to get there? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So
right.
it's a lot to go into it, man. I love the phrase "heavy is the head." You know what I'm saying? Heavy is the head that wears the crown, because
Yeah, man.
man, you can't have a bad day. You can't, you know what I'm saying? The entrepreneurship, you can't take a day off sometimes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You might life may hit you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find a way to block it out and keep going, go to work. Sometimes it's about just walking in the door that day and figuring out once you get there what to do, even though you got all this bad news on the other side of the door before you got there.
Right, right. Lashandra Lewis said, "Thank you. That's why I love y'all. Straight to the point and truthful. Keep doing what you both are doing. Inspiration. You're very
Yeah, man.
welcome.
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely.
you. I'm just a small fish in this big old pond, though. I just got lucky to be here."
Shoot, me too, man.
Man,
When I started this whole thing, man, you know, I never dreamed in my wildest dream. You know, it's a movie called Up in the Air that I really love. It's about a pilot, but he doesn't have like his apartment. He looked like a like an Airbnb. It's nothing in there. Way before Airbnb, he just travels around and flies around and moves around. And I'm like, man, I wish I had a company. You know, I wish I got a job for somebody who, you know, fly me around the world. And then, you know,
period.
I'm on my second flight, going out to Supercolor, returning home one of the two, and it's like, dang, I built it. You know, like I'm really flying around and I built it myself, and it's like a surreal moment. You know what I'm saying? And the dreams and things that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I really encourage people to do is to, man, I never made it. I really want to sit down one day or go to one of the dream board parties and put the dream board together, because I never set goals. I never did none of that stuff. It was so much going on in life. It's just trying to figure out what I got to do next to take care of the family, the kids, and to get them what they need, that you never get to sit down and to embrace, you know, what it is going on. It's always on to the next thing. But being able to set a goal and then go after it, it really focuses in what you're doing, and gives you the roadmap to where you're going. And if you're not setting goals like I never did up until 2020, you need to. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I do want to definitely do the vision board thing somehow, and figure those things out. I'm still in that just staying
yeah.
comfortably broke,
I
man.
keep telling myself to put a vision board right here, right over my computer. So, Stan, man, comfortably broke. You back designing? That's the shirt, bruh.
I don't know if I want to put that out to the world, man. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to put that. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in the law of attraction, and the
Yeah,
things you put out
yeah, yeah.
are. Now I'm saying it in the sense of the journey, because I want
Right.
people to realize that, yo, I've been in the point robbing Peter to pay Paul, and then by the time I take the deposit from somebody, I'm ordering the shirts and I'm paying a bill with the remaining thing, and I'm waiting for them to bring me the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I've been at that stage. You know what I'm saying? So and comfortably broke is basically the point of having everything that you kind of want and need, like, you know, being able to comfortably take care of the kids, and, you know, I'm able to get, to me, it's like being able to get them, they want something, I'm able to get that for them, and not have to give me 2 months, or you know what I mean, try to like struggle to really figure it out, or just flat
Right,
out have to say no to something. Obviously, you still got to say no to some things, but,
right,
you know, being able to get them with the bare necessities and pay for dance class without, you know, being late and doing those things. But at the same time, just being able to do that and still, you know, not be at the place where it's of abundance. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. So, elephants in the room, but I gotta ask this question because I want to know myself, man.
Yeah.
Educated natural ag Stan, how do you handle all the YouTubers that talk negative about you and try to discredit you?
Hey man, they gonna do what they do. You know me. You can say what you want to say. I offer anybody who has a difference of, what they feel or what I feel like they feel like I do it for, to have this conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion on what it is that what they feel. But at the end of the day, they don't know me. So, you know what I mean? And what I know is that, I extend the same hand, the olive branch to anybody out here creating content or doing, what it is that I do or they do. And I think it's funny because one day I was sitting back and I was thinking about it, and I used to get a lot of questions or a lot of comments from about John Santos, right? And this is somebody I talk to now, and stuff like that. And I always, with the people who say something, is like, well, he's not a real printer. He's not doing this. Well, he's doing the job. So if he's bringing people in, and I got this expertise to teach, he's helping me. You feel what I'm saying? And like, bro, well, why do you care? Why do you care if, you know what I'm saying? So that was always my standpoint on, like, when people would hit me up about other creators. But then I also too understand that I felt one of my competitive advantages was that I was doing it at 3 a.m. I was doing it at 4 a.m. I was up doing it. That was one of my competitive advantages on the platform of YouTube as well. So I understand the standpoint or all of that stuff. Make no mistake, you know what I'm saying? I see it, but at the end of the day, I've already addressed people flat out, straight up, face to face. And I never did it from a place of being in my feelings. Just state the facts. You know what I'm saying? When I didn't have no subscribers, when I didn't have no followers, when I was 100 people in, it's the same energy. You go back to any of those old lives, any of those old videos, it's the same energy. You know what I'm saying? And behind the scenes, bro, this is a business. I wish I knew this when I started. It was a business. I would have probably been 10 steps even further than where I am now. But for me, it's like everything that happens, the money that comes from this, it's a bonus, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a bonus. And that's how I move about it. And at the end of the day, only I feel like only as a black man it can you be questioned from an integrity standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like integrity, like I can't have integrity. I gotta sell out to do X, Y, and Z. Bro, I'm the same person. I curse. I do, like, if these companies or these people didn't want to work with me for whatever reason, I'm fine with that. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? And there's things that's been going on that I don't agree with. And I'm not even talking about on account of myself, but I understand, you know what I'm saying? It's a marketing tactic. Like I said before, it's a marketing tactic to come after, the people at the top to create conversation, controversy. But I'm a man, bro. I don't got no problem calling people out, saying stuff to people's face. I ain't with all the subliminal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. So we just keep rocking and rolling, man. I know what my purpose is. I'm here to help people, and I keep the mission a mission. Everything else will take care of itself.
Period. I just want to say, man, I can contest, like you were talking about the 3 a.m. lives. I remember being there. It was me, you, and somebody else while you doing a live at 3, 4 in the morning. Like I've seen several of them, man. And that's like, that shit had to be hard, but you were definitely like a rapper in an empty Coliseum. You rap like it was a packed house. You know what I mean? You kept going like the house was packed. And that definitely has to be part of you being where you've gotten.
Definitely, man. And I think a lot of people don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see a lot of YouTube channels with videos and they have 5 videos, and I'll check them and I'll make a comment like, yo, this is really good. And I look again, it's like 5 videos, they all from 3 years ago. Damn, that person has so much to offer to the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And and that becomes that thing of instant success, bro. I looked up, my only goal was to have 1,000 subscribers because you couldn't go live from your phone at that point back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I looked up and here I am today. I'm not keeping track of the subscribers. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm out here to work and do things to put myself in position, put my family in position to help people. And I keep that, that thing the main thing, and we keep it rolling.
Period. Lost Entrepreneur says Stan definitely got some good videos, and I really appreciate the squad for interviews. I learn a lot, man. That's what we're here for.
Appreciate
Man.
that.
Educated natural, exactly. It's nerve wracking. I've never shot.
Where you pulling all these comments from? I'm like trying to look at my computer to see where they coming from.
To the right, you should be able to see it.
Probably because I'm on my phone.
Oh yeah, it's probably hidden on the phone. You are limited some on the phone. Let me see what else.
I think somebody was asking me, they talking to me about. I was on the live and you didn't. I'm like, I don't even see comments. They pop them up. They read them. I don't even know where they're coming from.
So I want to address that part. Sometimes, man, we just get to going so much, we can't get to these comments.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and it's let me see. Heavy is the head that wears a crown. Shakespeare's Henry Ford. All right now, Cheryl Brown, Life Exposed said.
I don't even know where that's coming from. I don't know none of those. I cite whoever said it first. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
I probably heard that from one of my coaches or something.
Cousin Journey said one hater had to hit the thumbs down button. So sad, man. They do it every time, man. If I don't see a thumbs down when a video go up, I don't feel fulfilled at this point, man. It's just what they do.
Don't pay attention to that stuff, bro. Like,
yeah, it's just what they do.
Yo, it's funny because I had a real long period where I didn't even put thumbnails up, and I got like chewed out for not doing them. Like, man, I don't go back and watch my videos. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm working with an editor, I watch them to make sure the editor's on point. But I'm hoping he get to the point where I ain't even gotta check these joints no more. Just like upload them and go, right? Or I get somebody else to watch them. But man, like, you ain't got to like it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to like me. You ain't got to like somebody said, hey, this is a wasted video today. Get to the point. I'm like, thanks for watching. Like, okay, cool. Get to the point. Like, all right, go watch somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to watch me. Sometimes I'm like, thanks, man. Thanks for the ad revenue or whatever the case is. But like at the end of the day, man, there's so many content creators. Find a person out, attach yourself to the people who fit your style of learning. I understand that I'm not gonna fit everybody's style of learning. I don't care. I don't have friends everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I got full-blown enemies out here. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm not trying to change who I am to fit in with you or what you think I should be or how you think I should do it. If you think that you can do it better, then you should just get on video, put the work in, make the content that you think, because that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I made the videos that I thought was missing in the industry when what I wish I could learn when I learned. Real simple.
Custom Journey said you better than me because I get mad watching it and it don't even affect me. It makes no sense in trying to discredit someone who works so hard and puts the work in to better other people. Period. I agree with you, James, man. I done seen some shit. I don't know, man. It just comes with the territory though, man. Like he said, heavy is the head. Liberty Gravity said you don't see the comments either. I have no idea why.
Says so. I see some. I got the I guess it's Mike's channel up here. So what happened to the Deku Press? Why haven't you pushed it like super color? Deku Press isn't. What people don't understand is like companies have to be ready, right? Like I get hit up all the time and I check it out, and first thing I gotta make sure is that the company fits something that I think is something useful first. You know what I'm saying? Then I gotta test out the product. I gotta see what it's like. Deku Press's case is it just gotta get organized in a manner because if it's not rolled out right, it'll crash. We've seen companies crash in this industry. And I believe in the product. I like the product. And when the time is right, it'll come out full force. So you can go on and order right now. Like you can go on Deku Press and order. And I've only talked about it on small platforms to help them improve the process of what it is that's going on. Because if it goes mainstream and too many people go order it'll back the system up and stuff like that. There's a lot more that goes into, like, you know, everybody wants to talk about, oh, influencers making money and doing this, and they only saying this because of that. It's way deeper than that, especially the bigger you get, because you got, like, if you place the order, you know what I'm saying? My guy goes and places an order and he never receives his product, or he has an unfavorable experience. Most people ain't DMing them companies, bro. They coming to us. They hit me up like, what's going on, bro? A good portion of what I do is figuring out what the hell is going on with people's orders. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bro, what's your order? And I try to help, you know, when I see it or whatever, I order from this person. I got to go call somebody, give them an order number, what's going on, when they getting it, what's the problem, what's the hold up, then go back and explain it to them, and then hope that that company then goes and does what they supposed to do and stuff like that, you know. And it's not either's fault, but this is the part of the business that, you know, that comes with what I do. I never would expect it. I don't work for any of these companies. I work for myself. I do the stuff that I want to do. But now, as I talk about products, I endorse products, I use products, I make videos about products, it's become something else that I never thought or imagined that I would do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get paid to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I can just be like, bro, I don't fucking know. Leave me alone. Like, I could be like that, but no, I really tried to, you know, and one of the things I say is, like, the companies that I talk about, I support, I know that if you have a problem and you should be reaching out to them, and if they don't solve it, you reach out to me, I'm gonna get the shit solved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stand for anything less. And if it really came down to it, if I gotta be like, all right, man, I'm just gonna give you money back. You know what? Somebody hit me up, they having problems. All right, give me your order, man. Send me your order. Let me figure it out, and I'll get it in for you. I'll get it to you, and I'll let you know what's going on in the process. I've done stuff like that. Can I do that for everybody on every order, on everything? No, but I have made calls, and, you know, I don't really post the thank yous and stuff like that all the time about stuff like that. But, you know, that's literally what happens throughout this process. So when it's time, they will, you know, we'll launch it. They'll launch in full force. It was like sample packs being made the last time I was there. I haven't really talked to them on the topic because I'm ready. You know, like, I love the product. I tested it. I did my due diligence. I still got the shirts. I washed them and did all the stuff that I was supposed to do just to make sure it's a valuable product on a research and development standpoint, and going from there. So
with the Deco Press, how big are the patches that they sell?
So to start, really, it can go big, but there again, the offering has to make sense. So it's going to be everything for hats or 4x4 and below to start. And then getting into some of the bigger stuff, man, they make some stuff for people that I can't name that retail and resell for $500. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they put some of these famous artists and stuff. They do a lot of stuff for as well. So these are products that are being used, and, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of stuff that, you know, people talk about that they got zero freaking clue. They only making things up in their mind of what they think it is. But I see firsthand when I go visit these places and do things like that.
So with that, like, it makes me, like, I seen the patches for the hats, and it puts me in the mind, like, we did them on t-shirts, like how FUBU first came out, but theirs were like sewn on, but that's the type of vibe I get, like the Deco patch will be on a t-shirt, which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah, you can sew them down.
Yeah.
You know, and you can get them without the adhesive, because they actually make them for embroiderers who don't have, like, laser cutters and do that. But then they'll give you the sew down file for embroidery that you can, you know, do the sew down on their embroidery machine for your patch and stuff like that. So these are all things that are it's a part of it, you know. However, but if you don't, and, you know, making sure that you can confidently put that patch on a shirt or put that patch on a hat, and then deliver it to your customer just flat out heat pressed and not have to worry about it coming off and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I did that. You know, you see me, you know, walking around with the hats, and the shirt was all wrinkled up and stuff like that. So just making sure all of that stuff. I wore the shirt that John Phenom designed the other day in another video, you know, with the super color print, with the Deco Press locker tag. I wore it again the other day. So this is, you know, real life. You know, I got circle shorts on right now with this AS color shirt with the deco press on it. But like the stuff that I use, I'm not just doing a test and doing a test video. I'm using it. I'm wearing it every single day. And when it comes to circle, if I got a problem, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I think we need to tweak this, and I think these shorts need to come in an inch. Why don't the hoodies got these metal tips? All right, the next batch will. Why wouldn't it have it if the shorts got it? Now it matches. Little stuff like that. That just going, little stuff that might seem insignificant to some people. You know what I mean? It's significant to me, and they're willing to make changes and stuff like that too.
Right. Yeah, I like the circle clothing hoodies, man. They're dope. They're hella dope. So, man, it's like with the deco press, man. I keep hearing something. I don't know where it's coming from, but with the deco press, man. So, is it like, do you see them being able to fulfill heavy orders anytime soon?
I don't know. So, yes and no. They're not going to be able to handle the capacity currently that Supercolor got smacked with.
Yeah.
And we were very conscious. It's more of a tedious process, more time. It's definitely a slower process than what Supercolor is. So, and those are the things that we got to think about. They can handle capacity. Like, they're doing capacity. But they're doing capacity already for, like, big companies. You know what I'm saying? And just expanding on that and adding the machines that'll be added. They're willing to do that. So it just has to be controlled when it actually happens. So some people have gotten education on it. And I probably put out some more members videos and stuff like that for my members on my YouTube channel, on the process behind the scenes where I do some of that stuff. Use that as like the test audience. But the people who I know who've ordered, have been satisfied with the product. It's just, I can't say, I've asked all the capacity questions based on what they need, based on what could happen. So, I guess it remains to be seen. It's not a next day turnaround, it's like a 3-day turnaround.
Yeah.
3 to 5 day turnaround on those. But again, under promise, over deliver. That's giving them a buffer to try to figure it out, and hopefully that we can, and it'll grow, in the right way.
Yeah, I got a lot of ideas for that flowing around my head because I was
out, man. What you waiting for?
Yeah,
you already know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if anybody watching this has specific questions that they need help with, first and foremost, call these companies. Don't wait for me or one of these guys to answer your question, bro. Those people get paid for you to call them and answer their questions about whatever these companies have, first and foremost. But if you guys do have questions, if you can catch me in my DMs or comment and you got questions because you're ready to place an order, let me know and I can tell you what's the best thing to order for whatever it is that you're making in the process right now. We've already filmed a lot of I've already filmed the content, you know what I'm saying? And it's just about the green light, like, all right, we ready now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the last thing they were working on are making sure they had enough sample kits for to influx. So what those sample kits look like, what's included in them, what's information is going to be in them. We did all of that the last time I was there. So hopefully whenever I get back out to LA at the end of this month sometime, we can, hit the ball, hit the ground running and stuff.
Trust me. Cheryl Brown said, "Trust me, don't sit on your ideas. Plans I made 2 years ago, others are doing. I've been there."
Definitely.
Go.
Put it out into the world, man. And it doesn't mean that somebody necessarily stole it from somebody else. Just thinking the same thing, and they just happen to move faster.
Period. I'm gonna double back to what you were just saying, though, Stan. You said that don't call the companies, or don't call you, call the companies. The companies don't have to wait. You know what I mean? Because it's because as soon as you put something out, man, people is just on the phone. They on the internet. They on there. You ain't even. They don't know what the hell they buying. Like, you know what I mean? And like being in your position, you definitely have to have integrity because you can sell somebody a shit sandwich wrapped in bacon and they're gonna buy it at this point. Like, how is that pressure on you?
It ain't no pressure, bro, because I do my homework.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I
Like,
understand that. Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I'm not like, I don't do nothing for money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I got a deal thanks
Excuse
to
me.
my man Rich. Something has come full circle. He got me hooked up with Alibaba, right? But bro,
Mhm.
I've been manufacturing stuff already. like I've been doing that already. It's not
Yeah.
nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So like when I speak about the process, I'm not coming up with this stuff. You know, I don't have a deal with Got Print or Printergraph or none of these print places. I've already used this stuff. Now the new companies, I do my due diligence. I got hit up by a custom manufacturer a couple nights ago, and it's like, bro, I just want to make something for you, send you samples, bro. I'm not, all right, cool, you can do that, but I'm not making it. Don't think I'm making a video or whatever. I check it out. I'll check the quality out. I'll do some business with you. I'll see if you know what I'm saying. But even still, it's like, you know, the hardest decision that I had to make was to put a graphic designer on my channel,
Hmm.
right? Like my man BKL Visions.
Yeah, he's dope. I seen that.
I would love to just plug designer after designer after designer. You know what I'm saying? And I had conversations with him like, bro, like I got something from him, got work done. I wanted to just bring him on the channel and just talk about him. I loved his work, whatever the case is. I ended up buying artwork from him before we even got down. Like, all right, he like, oh man, I don't know. I was like, I was gonna send him some super color and just send me some art. I'll get it printed. He's like, man, how I know you ain't gonna steal my stuff? I said, bro, if I want to steal your stuff, I would take it. Like, I would just take a picture,
Right.
send it to my folks over here. They'll remake it for me, and I would just get it printed. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? But I understand when you know how this stuff works. So the next thing is like I bought some stuff, a couple things from them, $300 a pop. I really used this stuff. Then we got finally meet up, make the content together, and I'm like, yo, bro, listen, I want you to understand how big this is. You know what I'm saying? You'll be the first one. You'll be the first one that I put on my channel, and it's a reason why. Because yo, these guys disappear. Graphic designers disappear. They don't do stuff. I sent 750 for a designer. It's supposed to be done in 2 weeks. It's been a month. It's been a month and a week now. At this point, I sent it to the first and last month. Haven't heard nothing back. I'm not really worried, but this is the nature of what you're dealing with. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, you know, I feel comfortable dealing with companies that got addresses. I know where they're going and whatever the case is. So, you know, doing my homework, you know, I don't worry because I really select and I do my homework on the companies that's going on. And I flat out ask, bro, like, yo, so if somebody calls with the problem because they have a problem, what's going to happen? If I
Mm-hmm.
say we need to send this person his order free or refund this person, are you going to do it? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I ain't playing those games because my reputation is on the line. And I didn't learn that
Right.
for myself. I learned that from Reyes. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from Reyes with Monkey Prince. And you know, and that's just coming from having a relationship with people to deal with. They were wants Stan, can I call you? I need to make a video with Supercolor and top transfers right away. Yeah, you can call me anytime. You got my number? Ask them or DM me. However you want to do it. You got my number. Ask C. He called me today. This live
Yeah,
is here
yeah.
because he hit me up. I'm always available and accessible.
Definitely is, man. So Reyes, man, I see Reyes, he's definitely huge. And you on that, you as far as numbers go, how do you feel like you're gonna get the numbers? Or
Numbers for what?
that's not the question I want to ask. The question I want to ask is, what does Stan Banks do when he get 300,000-400,000 people? You
Same
know
thing
what
I'm
I
doing
mean?
now, bro.
Does that? I mean, I don't know. It's to get that is like definitely has to be humbling. And you were talking about how people call you. I couldn't imagine. You got 400,000 people hanging on your words and the calls. You know what I mean?
I mean, bro, I'm gonna be doing the same thing, bro. Like it's the same energy from 100, 200 people, 3 a.m. It's the same
Yeah,
energy from me. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
bro, if I got super rich off this stuff, I'm gonna do some stupid rich stuff like run a plane and you get to the plane and everybody, we all fucking going somewhere. Like, I was like, yo, like, I just want to enjoy life, man. You know, my number one thing for myself is to give my kids more than I had. And I'm able to, I'm at the point where I'm doing that, or I believe I'm doing that. I'm getting better as a father every day. That's like my first mission, man. Like, I just had my fourth child. And like I be talking to her and I'm like, man, I had practice now. Like, like I done had, listen, I did all that practice just to get to you. So we just gonna enjoy it and live it up. You know what I'm saying? But it's also to make sure my friends and people around me and everybody's just enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that goes. But man, 300 subscribers or 3,000, I don't care. So one of my friends, actually Jakira from Trash Talk Tees, her son, we joke about being YouTubers and stuff like that. And he's like, man, you ain't a real YouTuber till you get 400,000 subscribers. I'm like, damn, what about, can I be a real YouTuber when I get my plaque? Like, when I get a plaque,
got 100K.
Like, he's like, all right, when you get a plaque, then I'll call you a real YouTuber. And I was like, all right, cool. When I get my plaque, and I'm only like a little bit away from it, but I'm gonna bring that kid on because, you know, some kids look up. I'm gonna, like, when I get my plaque, I'm gonna open my plaque. I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna have him on the video. I'm like, now you gotta call me a real YouTuber, and I want you to open it. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, man. It's so much bigger than myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm already like, you know, when I had my first daughter, I stopped trying to think about the things that I would, you know, do for myself. You know what I'm saying? Outside of traveling, what I want to do, but it's so much bigger than just doing something for myself or focused on the subscriber count or getting to a certain number. Man, I don't care about. I really don't care about none of that stuff.
Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, man. We keep talking about Jakira and Trash Talk Tees, man. Can you get us a sit down with her? I love the interview around here, man.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm with it, man.
I don't know if I can get her out this late, but maybe like early in the week. But I work it out. You know what I'm saying? I do my part.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I definitely do my part to she's doing some good things, man, and I'm trying to, you know, help her and help her grow her business. It's become like an external partnership, a nice business-to-business relationship. And she's getting better at what she does and changing her philosophies and stuff like that. We definitely can make that happen.
She pressing shirts yet?
She had, the whole thing was a setup and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
The whole plan for what we were supposed to do in my mind was just the setup. You know what I'm saying? It was to help her, but eventually to get her pressing her own stuff. And it never happened. She ain't with it. She'll do one for a video and she like, that's it. She'll stunt like she's doing it, you know, for marketing, for her thing. She is not with it.
Yeah, man, that would be dope to have her on, man. I'm sorry. Just a different aspect. I don't know what the hell I just did to my phone.
You gotta get it to refocus.
Technical difficulties, sorry.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, that would be dope just to have, just because of her having that brand and even to hear her outlook, her perspective of working with you to get where y'all have gotten with that brand.
It's all her, man. I just try to help motivate her and rein her in when she's like, you know, off doing something else and stuff like that. So she used to get on me for a while when I was moving around and not being able to press her stuff and do her stuff sometimes. And now it's like I got everything into place. Now I'm texting her like, hey man, get them sales, go sell some shirts. You know what I'm saying? So I think having people around you like that is key, man. And just, you know, to the full process of what's going on. It's something that we all want to do and have around, and you know what I mean? You definitely need that around you, just like positive people, man. You know who I think, well, I don't know, it's outside of t-shirts and stuff, but my guy JT,
Oh,
That's
JT Russell.
yeah. So
That would be
um,
dope.
that's another dude, man, that I got. We connect on a constant basis and talk on a consistent basis, and you got to have people around you in all types of ways that inspire and whatever. It's crazy because here's somebody, you talk about being humble and stuff like that. That's another person who is just like myself. Like, bro, he calls me for advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, way bigger platform, way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
In respects to, and I know the money that is being moved by him and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, just to have people in your circle, bro, iron sharpens iron and connections and stuff like that, man. So,
Period.
just put yourself in those realms is huge.
Period. Yeah, man. If you can set that up, that would be nice to have him on. I follow him on IG, so yeah, that'll be dope, man. Um, so man, we about to hit. We had an hour and 45, and I'm gonna wrap this up for the night because we got another one tomorrow. I gotta prepare for it. But man, Stan, appreciate you getting on here.
No doubt. Anytime, man. Anytime. Any topic. Probably not on no more Friday nights.
Yeah, yeah, it was just a fluke. I was like, man, I had that thought. I was, let me call him.
And I don't even be knowing what day it is.
Yeah.
You just popped the comment up from Juan. What did it say?
He was asking. I did it by accident, but he was asking me and Mike to be on a live chat on his channel on the 20th. Me and Mike to be on a live. But so man, Stan, thank you, appreciate you. I'm gonna let you get back to your Friday night. I'm gonna go do something, man. We got another live tomorrow night with SP Poke. Y'all tap in, see what she talking about. And anything you want to say before you go?
Nah, man, keep hustling, keep growing, keep grinding. Hustle, grind, and grow.
Right on, right on. See y'all tomorrow.
Peace out.